Let's just have a conversation.
That is the name of our podcast that we just came up with.
So, my name is Coach Dominic,
And I'm Coach Bella.
and we are the founders of the Rooted and Rebuilt program, helping people achieve their health and their fitness goals and their healing goals using medical meeting protocols. But we wanted to put together a podcast because we felt called to do this because we did some calls with some clients, group calls, one-on-one calls, and we found out that we kind of get lit up.
Yeah, and it just brings us joy talking to people and
Mhm.
getting them to believe in themselves again. Like just by having a conversation with somebody, what that can bring towards the end, it's just such a beautiful thing. You start the conversation with somebody and they may not be feeling good about themselves, and then towards the end of it, they're just like, "Man, I needed to hear that." And I
Mhm.
feel like we bring the best out in people and help them discover parts of themselves that they may not even know is quite there.
Where do you think that comes from?
I don't know. I mean, I'm all for lighting people up and I
Hmm.
don't know, wanting them to be successful. Like I know not everybody's like that, but like some people may be jealous of other people's success and whatever it may be, or like their
Yeah.
strengths. And I'm like, I don't know, I just love being there to support people and uplift them. It makes me feel good. It's like the gift of giving.
Hmm. Yeah, I love like seeing it in their eyes when they finally get it. It's
Yeah.
like a veil has been lifted from their
Mhm.
eyes, and all of a sudden they just understand like this new part of their life that they never really understood.
Yeah.
I think we get it from like reading self-improvement books.
Maybe. I've read so many.
Yeah.
You learn you take so much out of all the different books that we've read, and it's just like what speaks to us in each book, and then you just kind of combine it into your mind, and it's not just one book, there's so many.
Hmm.
I don't know where I was going with that.
So again, we wanted to put together a podcast, and what that's going to look like in the future. Obviously, it's going to be like we're still in the works of creating it, but we're going to be interviewing. I mean, I wouldn't say random people, but like people that either want some help or just I think that would be like a really good addition to like a podcast episode in terms of like the
Yeah.
way that they think.
Hmm.
What do you think?
Really, anybody that's just open to having a conversation and
Yeah.
seeing where it takes us. There's no like planning
Hmm.
for it or any, just talking to people, connecting with people.
Hmm. Yeah. It's funny too, because we were when we got lit up after doing a call with one of our clients, we were like, oh, we should do a podcast. And then I looked up another podcast and they're doing it on Netflix now, which is crazy with
I know, I'm like, that's
Pete
exactly what
Davidson.
I want to do too.
Yeah.
I think all podcasts in a way are like that though. It is just like people talking.
Yeah, real life events. Just talking about real life events. And
Yeah.
what intrigued me about like Pete Davidson and MGK doing their podcast was like, oh, like I get to see what the inside of their life looks like and like their stories of what they've been through. And
Yeah.
I don't know, I think it's cool to hear that, you know.
Yeah.
But we want to take the angle of like, yeah, just have a conversation, tell stories and everything, but also it kind of gives you an idea of like what goes on in our heads and how
Hmm.
we think.
Yeah.
Because if there's anything that you can take from us is yeah, I mean, yeah, we teach people how to heal and achieve their fitness goals at the same time, but like it's not just what we do for the protocols. We teach a lot of our clients how to think differently, how to move differently, and how to see the world differently. Because at the end of the day, we can make the best protocol in the world for you. But if you don't necessarily change who you are internally, none of this matters. What are you gonna say something?
No, I was looking at this. I was like, what?
Jerry curl?
These are always out of control. But I did want to mention how I am bouncing on a yoga ball because I got my baby right here. So
Or baby
if you're
L?
wondering why, I'm
Little baby L.
like,
Little baby L.
yeah. But yeah, I think mindset is everything, changing your perspective. It's like nothing's ever really that bad. Like we
Mm-mm.
can take the good from anything that may be happening to us and then reframing it as, this isn't happening to me, but for me. And what can I learn from it? How can I grow from it?
Hmm. Yeah, everything is, I mean, from the books that I've read, I've put together that we create the internal madness that is within our head. Like in terms of problems or stress, like we are the creators of that, right? And if you look at the opposite end of the spectrum, you can create positives and happy, like and nothing but happiness within your own head. One of the authors that we've been really into is Michael A. Singer, and I mean, I had like an it's not an epiphany. What's it called? Like a
Like a spiritual awakening.
yeah, spiritual awakening. I had a spiritual awakening from like the way that he has seen the world and with his books that he's written, and I think it's Living Untethered. He
Mhm.
said something along the lines of like, um, trying to understand like how you perceive the world and like how your thinking is created by you. And it's not necessarily anything external to you that's causing you to feel a particular way. It's you yourself causing how you are feeling. So he gave the example of like if someone cuts you off in traffic and you get mad, is it the person that cut you off in traffic that made you mad, or is it you yourself making yourself mad about the person that cut you off? It's the latter. At the end of the day, you are the one person, you are the thing that's causing this stress within your own head. And so if you know that, then that puts you in control of your life. That puts you in control of how you see things and how
Mhm.
you feel inside. And I don't know about you, but I'd rather feel happy all the time versus angry and like mad at the world. Why argue with reality?
Well, and that's not to say that we're not going to feel those things. Like, of course, emotions are
Hmm.
real, our thoughts are real, but like when you detach from them and realize like you don't have to be so attached to them, you can just easily let them flow through you, feel how you're feeling, become aware of it, and then let it go. And the same with your thoughts. It's like we think so many thoughts every single day, and a lot of them are just from all this like outside societal noise that we take in. We think they're our own thoughts, but they aren't necessarily. There's just thoughts that pop up, and it's just again become aware of them, question them. Do I even really think that way? And then kind of dissect it and kind of I don't know. It's fun when you thoughts pop up in your mind and you start questioning them, and you're like, oh, I don't even actually think that way, and it's just like a random thought that popped up, and then you can let that go too, and you can change like how you think about things.
I want to hear your story about how before I met you, you said everything triggered you. You were always negative. You were always didn't you say you were not insecure, but like anxious?
Oh yeah,
You're anxious all the time.
I had really bad anxiety. I
Yeah.
would say I was insecure as well. Yeah.
But okay, so what changed? What book did you read? Like what changed you?
Can't say one specific because I read so many books.
Okay. What
It has,
actions changed you?
well, finding medical medium was like the start of it.
Okay.
That was the start of my like spiritual journey because I didn't even know that I believed in God before I found medical medium. And then this led me on this whole spiritual path of like going to church and finding my faith. And that really helped me like let go and surrender to a lot of things. But again, Michael A. Singer's book, The Surrender Experiment, really helped me start to become more aware of my thoughts and my feelings. And two, doing the heavy metal detox every day, like the medical medium morning cleanse, like all of that,
Yeah.
really, that is
It's
what
made me
helped
more
me with,
spiritual.
yeah, but that's what helped me with my anxiety. Like the anxiety was gone, like the thoughts and everything.
Getting the metals out of your system.
The heavy metals
Yeah.
were the main problem with why I was so anxious all the time.
Yeah.
OCD, depersonalization, feeling numb and like I don't know, being like highly reactive. I don't know, like cleansing completely changed me for the better. But then it was like deeper than that. I started reading so much more and I was just like a sponge at that time. It was my spiritual awakening. It was like all of a sudden I was just so self-aware.
Yeah.
And I just got so excited anytime I would be triggered by something because I was like, this is room to grow. Like I can learn from what's happening and why I'm responding the way I am. Like, why am I bothered so much?
Okay, so would you say that curiosity of how you were feeling was what helped you change?
Probably because I wanted to know who I was. I never had that before I found medical medium. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know what I wanted. So I was on this journey of like, so like I said,
Self-discovery.
self-discovery. Like I really wanted to know who I was. I started doing therapy too. Therapy also really helped. It helped me
Okay.
realize like, okay, my past childhood traumas were um
Okay.
triggering me still today. Like there were things that from my childhood that I was still holding on to that I needed to let go of. So doing therapy helped me become more aware of that. And I did a lot of shadow work as well. I started like a shadow work journal and I just like let go of everything I was holding on to. And I just had never felt more free when I just like it was all happening at once too. It was so crazy. Like it was I found medical medium, started going to church, I found my faith, and then started doing therapy and it was just like all at once. It was just like the spiritual high I was on. It was just incredible.
You're constantly questioning like why you are the way that you are.
Oh yeah, and yeah,
Okay.
don't we all want to know why am I the way I am? What makes me this way? And how can I become the best version of myself?
So would you say that is like the biggest thing that a one person can do is like when they get triggered? That's probably the reason why a lot of people they never grow is because they never question why they are triggered in the first place. They just feel triggered and they move on
And they hold
and
on to that.
yeah, and they try to solve the issue at hand when they're looking at it the wrong way.
Hmm.
They're looking at the issue as it not being them. The issue is external to them, and they're trying to like all the external things like, oh, the issue is the person that cut me off. How can you
Yeah.
control that at all? You can't. What you can control is like how you perceive everything.
Yeah, exactly. And then why did that bother you? What are you holding on to that is still triggering you from the past now into the present?
Hmm.
And how can you let that go?
Okay. Okay, so let's tie this into health then. Like, okay, if a person has had bad experiences when it comes to like weight loss or healing, right? And they
Mhm.
constantly blame themselves and they never really had the success that they've wanted when it comes to their healing, how could they break free from that? How can they be consistent enough to see the results?
Well, first it's asking yourself, why are you blaming yourself for not being where you want to be currently? Why are you so hard on yourself?
Mm.
Why not do what you need to do consistently to get to that end goal and enjoy your life and your journey along the way? But like, where does that necessarily come from?
What do you mean?
Like, why do you feel that way? Why are you being
Mm.
so hard on yourself for not like you're gonna get there if you're being consistent. Oh, maybe I
Keep
misheard your
going.
question, but if you're being consistent
Yeah.
and truly believing in yourself, that's another thing. I don't think people believe in themselves. Like, if you believe in yourself and you believe you're gonna reach your goals and you're doing all the things you need to do to get there, you
Yeah.
will get there, and it's only a matter of time. But like, not having faith, not believing that, and then just being stressed all the time, like having
But I've already
think.
tried like all these different things, Bella. Like I just don't know if I can. I've tried everything.
Well, maybe you're stressed out. Maybe you're so stressed to reach the outcome. You're not enjoying your life. You're not happy. You're not going out and doing things because
Mm.
until you get there, you're putting your life on hold. And I think all those pieces need to fit for it to work out. Like there's so many things.
Okay. So the stress of trying to be perfect can actually hold you back, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, and then putting your life on hold until you get there. Like I was doing
Yeah.
that at a certain point and I was not moving forward because of it. It was
Mm.
like I healed so much, but then it was like, okay, now I'm on a pause. Why am I not seeing any more progress? And I wasn't doing what I enjoyed. I stopped like, going out with friends. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't love how I looked in my clothes. So I was like, I'm not gonna wear the clothes I love, or I don't know. Or even just starting like a new hobby, like or in getting out there because I was like so worried about being like socially anxious all the time. So I'm like, I'm not gonna meet new people until I get here and there. And it's like you have to do those things, get out of your comfort zone, push yourself a little bit, and like
This is when you already are healed from a lot of negative symptoms.
I can go down a path. So I don't know
Yeah.
if so what was your question?
Keep going, keep going.
What was your question though? Did I answer?
I think I forgot that. Well, so how can like what if a person is struggling with being consistent and they're just saying like I've tried it
Oh.
all and I'm still not seeing the results I want to see, whether it's weight loss or healing. Like I've tried it all, I don't want to fail again. Like how can I get to where I want to be?
Well, I'll say that I'd have to agree with like Anthony and what he says about this. It's like, were you being consistent? Have you tried it all? Did you do all the things you needed to do, or were you dabbling? Like, how consistent were you being? Are you being honest and true to yourself when you say that?
Hmm.
Because I know from our clients and the clients we have, and they're doing everything, the ones that are,
Hmm.
they get to where they want to be.
Yeah.
So I don't know, like the people just say that maybe, and they're frustrated because they tried something for a week or two, but like,
Yeah, so you need to be raw and honest with yourself.
yeah.
Yeah. I always like to say like if you can honestly look at yourself in the mirror and 100% confidently say that you are doing everything that you specifically can when it comes to what you know you need to do, and
Yeah.
you love yourself wholeheartedly with every action that you've been able to do for yourself, and if you can say that, okay, cool, like you've done everything you can. But if you can't, then you have to self-reflect and you'd understand, okay, like if I really want to get to where I want to be, am I actually giving this a fair shot?
Mhm.
Or are you just letting life dictate the direction you are going? And I think a lot of people they tend to let that happen to themselves is they blame life. Like I have so much going on, I just can't fo you can. You can focus on the things that are important to you. You prioritize the things that are important to you, right? And I'm not saying like one thing is more important than the other, but you need to get your priorities straight and understand what is it that you actually want for yourself. Do you
Mhm.
actually want to lose this weight? Do you actually want to heal these symptoms? And if you do, you would do whatever it took to heal them.
Yeah.
And if your actions aren't in alignment to creating those results, then your priorities are mixed up.
Well, it's funny too, because we literally just talked about this morning. I'm like, I get what moms are saying now. It's like you have a kid and then all of a sudden you get put on the back burner, but it's not necessarily that. It's just prioritizing what matters to you, right? So I'm like, we talked about this morning. I'm like, so it's either I go work out right now or I do the laundry.
Hmm.
So it's like choosing one or the other. And then in my mind, it's like, okay, we work from home. I can do laundry anytime. Why wouldn't I go work out when I can?
Yeah.
So it's kind of just, changing your perspective and like, yeah, you may not get to the laundry right away and it builds up a little bit, but like put yourself first.
Yeah. And also too, like another thing I want to touch on as well when it comes to like goals and
Mhm.
everyone like always, especially the people that are struggling to achieve the goals that they want to achieve, whether it's healing or like weight loss or fitness or whatever, is the people that are so attached to the outcome.
Yeah,
I think those are the people that are the ones that could fail the hardest
for
or
sure.
struggle the hardest. I don't want to say fail, but
No,
struggle the
struggle enough.
hardest because they start this journey and they have this overarching goal, this mountaintop goal that they're so attached to and they put so much time and energy into it and
Mhm.
they're constantly always thinking about it. But every single day they look at the progress and they're like, I'm still so far away. And then all of it, like a week goes by, 2 weeks go by, or even like New Year's resolutioners. We'll use this as an example. 1 to 2 months into the year, what happens? The gyms are pretty much empty again at like an end of February or beginning of March. Everyone quits because time is gone and life gets in the way, and they're still so far away from the goal. And they said, screw it, maybe I'll just do it next year. Right? It's because they're always looking at this overarching goal, and rather than doing that, we tell our clients, hey, just focus on these daily non-negotiables, and you're
Mhm.
ultimately going to. So overarching goal right here, you're ultimately going to get to here, and then
Mhm.
here, and then here, and then here, and then here. So
Habit
climbing up the
building.
mountain. Yeah,
Yeah.
habit building, and then what's it called? Those enough of those days compounded over the time, you get to the goal without even knowing.
Then you build that routine. It like seems overwhelming at first,
You're
all
pretty
these.
sure you are.
Yeah, well, it seems overwhelming at first, like, oh, I got to do all these things, right? But it's like, no, just start somewhere. And then eventually that builds up.
Yeah. So I don't know.
And then too, that goes back into what I was saying. It's like, okay, yeah, you're so outcome driven, but you're not going to go, I mean, well, to like certain events or take a vacation because you want to get to where you want to be first. So it's like you're putting your life on hold
Hmm.
because you're so attached to this outcome. Like, oh, I'm not going to go on vacation until I feel good in a bathing suit. It's like, I mean, go enjoy your life. That relieving stress is a big one too. Like going on vacation is going to be a stress reliever. You're going to have fun, you're going to enjoy it, you're going to relieve some stress and I don't know, that's a big thing for me especially. Like I did that. I was so outcome driven. For example, when I first found medical medium, I was 95 pounds. I looked really sick. And
You're like six
every
months pregnant too.
and yeah, I was super bloated. And every day I was like weighing myself, hoping I would gain weight, and I wasn't gaining weight. And I'm like, you know what? What is this doing for me other than creating stress? Because I'm like not seeing it move. So I'm like, what I'm doing isn't working. I'm like, I know what I'm doing is working. I need to put the scale away because that doesn't matter. I know I'm going to gain the weight. I believe it. And I just continued doing what I was doing. I did all the cleanses. I was fat free and it was like a little bit at a time. I started gaining weight and I
Yeah.
didn't even need to weigh myself. I was like, I just knew it. And one day I stepped back on the scale and I was like 120 pounds. I was like, yes.
Hmm. Yeah. So your attention was on the things that made you feel good while
Hmm.
also making sure that it was still in alignment to helping you with that goal.
Exactly.
So we're not telling you, okay, if you have a goal of wanting to lose 30 pounds, we're not telling you, oh, don't focus on things that are not going to help you lose weight. We're telling you focus on certain things that make you feel like going for a walk in nature.
Yeah.
We're playing your like well, actually I was gonna say playing your favorite song, but like no, like being in nature without music and just being in the moment, spending time with friends, going out, like whatever it is, but it's like have standards for yourself that you're still going to follow that make you feel good and that only push you to become the person that you want to be. You know, I always like to say too, like I think the biggest mission that anyone can have in their life is to what is it? To look at yourself in the mirror and to love every bit and part of yourself that you can, and ultimately to create the person that you admire in every single way, shape, and form, you know,
Yeah.
and gift that person to the world. That should be everyone's mission.
It's beautiful.
Thank you. Anything else you want to add for this first podcast?
I don't think so. I think I'm happy with it, and she's got to wake up soon, so
Okay.
maybe we end there.
So more to come, guys. We may even put on like Instagram, like who wants to be interviewed by us, things like that. But let's just have a conversation. That's how it's going to be. Pretty open and flowing. And we're gonna post this to YouTube and Spotify and wherever you get your podcasts. So peace, love, and happiness.
Bye, guys.
Stay rooted and rebuilt. Bye bye.